Announce the results.
Ayes 111, noes 0.
The bill is passed.
Assembly 9692, Calendar 833. Mr. Buckwald, an act to amend the tax law.
Home rule message is at the desk. The bill is laid aside.
Assembly 9694, Calendar 834. Mr. Otis, an act to amend the tax law.
Home rule message is at the desk. The bill is laid aside.
Assembly 9713, Calendar 835. Ms. Fahey, an act to amend Chapter 405 of the laws of 2005.
Home rule message is at the desk. The bill is laid aside. I cannot hear lay-asides if you folks are continuing to talk.
Assembly 9723, Calendar 836. Ms. Paulin, an act to amend Chapter 80 of the laws of 2014.
Home rule message is at the desk. The bill is laid aside.
Assembly 9746, Calendar 837. Ms. Richardson, an act to amend the banking law.
On a motion by Ms. Richardson, Senate bill is before the House. The Senate bill is advanced. Read the last section.
This act shall take effect immediately.
Clerk will record the vote. Are there any other votes? Announce the results.
Ayes 105, noes 0.
The bill is passed.
Assembly 9759, Calendar 838. Mr. Buckwald, an act to amend the Family Court Act and the Social Services Law.
Read the last section.
This act shall take effect on the 90th day.
Clerk will record the vote. Are there any other votes? Announce the results.
Ayes 109, noes 0.
The bill is passed.
Assembly 9776, Calendar 839, Mr. Skoufis, an act to amend the tax law.
Home rule message is at the desk. The bill is laid aside.
Assembly 9825, Calendar 840, Mr. Ortiz, an act to amend Chapter 890 of the laws of 1982.
On a motion by Mr. Ortiz, the Senate bill is before the House. The Senate bill is advanced. Read the last section.
This act shall take effect immediately.
Clerk will record the vote. Are there any other votes? Announce the results.
Ayes 103, noes 0.
The bill is passed.
Assembly 9839, Calendar 841, Mr. Lental, an act to authorize the City of New York to acquire by eminent domain a certain parcel of real property in the borough of Brooklyn.
The bill is laid aside.
Assembly 9860, Calendar 842, Mr. Butler, an act to amend the Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation Law.
Read the last section.
This act shall take effect immediately.
Clerk will record the vote. Now that's the Cusick bill. Something strange about that thing. Why would you need a bill to be able to do that unless it was in wetlands? And do we trust the people of Staten Island that much?
We don't usually let them have sharp objects.
Yeah, we shouldn't, considering what they seem to do with them. We didn't discuss that. I've never heard of it.
Call it and go to Mr. Morelli for an announcement.
Are there any other votes? Announce the results.
Ayes 106, noes 0.
The bill is passed.
Assembly,
Mr. Morelli.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I understand that Ms. Markey wishes to organize the Tourism Committee in the Speaker's Conference Room, so if members of Tourism could make their way to the Speaker's Conference Room.
Tourism Speakers Conference Room. Ms. Markey will lead you.
Assembly 9876, Calendar 843, Mr. Cusick, an act to amend Chapter 306 of the laws of 2011.
On a motion by Mr. Kusick, the Senate bill is before the House. The Senate bill is advanced. Read the last section.
This act shall take effect immediately.
Clerk will record the vote.
Are there any other votes? Announce the results.
Ayes 105, noes 2.
The bill is passed. Mr. Morelli.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for allowing a brief interruption so we might introduce some very, very special guests in the chamber today. As many of you know, and earlier this afternoon, we passed Mr. Dendecker's resolution proclaiming today Italian American Day. I think most folks know that today is the day of our Italian Festa, which we'll be celebrating later, but we have two very special guests that have been honored by the Italian American Legislators Conference. The first is Tori DeVito, who is familiar to all who have seen her in motion pictures and on television. She currently stars in the NBC drama Chicago Med, which is from the creators of Chicago Fire. She's also in an upcoming movie called, I believe, Amy Makes Three. She starred in Army Wives. She has a long career in film and in music, and in fact, we honored her father just a couple of years ago, Liberty DeVito, who has played drums for many years, including 28 years with Billy Joel. Tori has not only done work in entertainment in both her singing and film and television career, but she's also very involved in philanthropy. She is a hospice ambassador for more than 5 years, has supported PETA and the Humane Society of the United States. She's an extraordinary New Yorker, and I'm proud to say as an Italian-American, extraordinary Italian-American, if we could please extend the cordiality of the House as we honor Tori DeVito.
Thank you, Mr. Morelli. So on behalf of the Italian-American legislators, myself and all the members, we welcome you and here to Albany, and we congratulate you on your fine career, and we hope you enjoy all the wonderful food that we will have tonight at the reception. But thank you for all you do in making us being a proud New Yorker. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, I also want to introduce another special guest to the chamber this afternoon, someone who looks like he could put on pinstripes and play today. I said to Mr. Mazzilli that he looks like he could play ball now. Lee Mazzilli should be familiar to all baseball fans, but certainly to both Mets and Yankee fans collectively. He spent a number of years as a professional baseball player in the major leagues, a 14-year major league career, spanning 10 of those years with his hometown New York Mets, for those Mets fans in the chamber.
Boo.
And although I know it pains you, Mr. Speaker, I do want to indicate in 1979 he led the Mets with 181 hits, 79 runs batted in, and was named to the 1979 National League All-Star team. Mr. Mazzilli was also a crucial part of the Mets' 1986 World Championship team and batted 400 during the World Series, which, as far as I know, it's not bad at all, 400. He collected in his major league career over 1,000 hits and hit 93 home runs with a career that spanned with the Mets, Pirates, Rangers, and Blue Jays. Following his retirement as a player, however, and this is where we get to the good part, Mr. Mazzilli,
He graduated.
Mr. Mazzilli served as the first base coach for the other New York team, the New York Yankees, one that Mr.
Yay!
With. And as part of a memorable Subway series, was with the Mets, or with the Yankees from 2000 2003, including that 2000 team, which also won the World Series championship. I understand he brought that ring, showing good taste today, and bringing the World Series ring he earned with the New York Yankees. He managed the Baltimore Orioles from 2004 and 2005, and in 2015 was inducted into the New York State Baseball Hall of Fame. He is a true New Yorker, a son of New York, son of Brooklyn, and we are very happy that he had long participation with both New York ball clubs. I'll let you take it from there, Mr. Speaker, as we honor Mr. Lee Mazzilli.
Thank you. So let me just share with everybody how Mr. Mazzilli was one of the honorees today. I got grown a little tired of having these Mets come up, and so when Assemblyman Dendecker mentioned to me that we wanted to bring somebody up, I said, why don't we bring up a Yankee? I said, better yet, why don't we bring up somebody who played for both the Yankees and the Mets? So then we thought of the idea to bring up Lee Mazzilli. Now he shows, even though he played for the Mets, but he brought up his 2000 World Series ring, which he's letting me hold right now. And for those non-baseball fans, that was when the Yankees beat the Mets in the World Series. And as I joke with him, you know, the Yankees won that series 4-1. I actually went to the one game that the Mets won. So I know if not for me, it would have been a sweep, right? No, but I have to tell you, Mr. Mazzilli, even when I was a Yankee fan and you were playing for the Mets, and sometimes, you know, back then, you know, you didn't have cable, didn't show all 162 games. So sometimes I would turn the channel and watch Channel 9 and watch the Mets play. But you were always somebody we were proud of. And somebody, even though I was a Yankee fan, you know, you represented New York well. So congratulations, and thank you for letting me hold on to your ring. Thank you. Mr. Morelli.
Thank you again, Mr. Speaker, and I do want to also acknowledge that members of both our honorees' families are here. We want to extend the cordialities and the greetings of the House to them as well, and a special note of thanks to Mr. Dendecker, who spends an awful lot of time organizing these events and is very patient in making sure that we're doing all the things he needs us to do. So thank you all for that, and we look forward to seeing you later this evening. With that, if we can continue on consent.
Assembly 9889, Calendar 844, Ms. Jaffe, an act to amend the public health law.
Read the last section.
This act shall take effect on the 180th day.
The clerk will record the vote. Are there any other votes? Announce the results.
Ayes 99, noes 0.
The bill is passed.
Assembly 9909.
Mr. Morelli.
Yes, I'm sorry. Before we do that, If I could ask members of the Transportation Committee to move to the Speaker's Conference Room. Mr. Gant is prepared for transportation in the Speaker's Conference Room.
Transportation in the Speaker's Conference Room.
Assembly 9909, Calendar 845, Ms. Markey, an act to amend Chapter 624 of the laws of 2007.
The clerk would read.
This act shall take effect immediately.
Record the vote.
Thank you, my dear. I really appreciate it. You got a phone here, Ray?
Yes, I need that. Thank you.
We don't want you to lose your phone.
So we lost the cat or something.
I got it.
You have it?
No. Yes, no.
Yeah. Yep.
We're recording. We're recording the. Are there any other votes? Announce the results.
Ayes 97, noes 0.
The bill is passed.
Assembly 9918A, Calendar 846, Ms. Paulin, an act to amend the village law and the criminal procedure law.
Read the last section.
This act shall take effect immediately.
Clerk will record the vote.